Hello everyone, this is Roman from the Chess Video Guide channel. Today I'll be training my white openings with the software called Chess Position Trainer. I have already entered my openings into it from somewhere else, and today I'll be training a variation in the Sicilian defense called the Rauzer attack. So I'm just gonna navigate to that opening, and this is basically the starting position of that line, and as we can see here, black has quite a few options, and my database might not even be indicating all of them, but this covers the main lines. Say, like a move like g6 is not mentioned here in my database, but it's not very good, and so from the repertoire mode, we're going to switch to the training mode, and we're going to select opening trainings. I'm going to uncheck only scheduled. I'm going to select only new, and I'm going to start from the current position, and I'm going to leave the rest of the settings the same, and I'm going to start. So it played a move like e6. I'm gonna play queen d2, a6. I'm gonna castle. Bishop to d7. Now, of course, in my previous training, I have not encountered this move, so I'm a little bit uncertain what to do here. So I'll be a little bit of a blind kitten here. It's been a very long time since I entered this opening into my database, and as it often happens in these cases, we don't remember what we're supposed to play. So I'll try with the move f3, and that was actually what I had planned. And carrying on, I'm choosing between king to b1, which is wrong, and the move like h4, and that was the right move again. Maybe this king b1 now, and that was the move as well. So black is really keeping his king in the center, and I'm trying to figure out what to do instead. And I think now, when black plays pawn to b5, the right response generally is to take on c6, and that is what I'm doing here, and then to go knight to e2. Basically, the knight escapes from the attack of the b pawn, and now it regroups to the center. So knight to d4 completes the maneuver, and now it's logical to play g4. That is the move, and here I need to decide what to do. It's to capture on f6 and attack, to possibly retreat with the bishop to e4 and then push the pawns, sorry, to e3, or to do something else like pawn to h5 and just try to advance all those pawns. Pawn to h5 is a little bit dangerous because that would leave the bishop unprotected, and if I go h5 he might take on e4 and give me this little trouble here. So maybe I should just go bishop back. That's not the move. So maybe this h5? Very doubtful. Okay, so actually the move is to just get the bishop out. Where does it go? Maybe to d3. Okay. And is there a danger of... Well, now I think with e4 covered, I should be able to play h5, but that is again not the move. Should I go back with the bishop? And that is the move now. Well, with him playing like this, I should obviously go to f5. It would be a shame not to. What do I do now? I could take on e7, obviously. I could take on e5. I could play some waiting move along the lines of queen to g2, just kind of defending e4 for now. That's a little tricky. Let's try queen g2. And that was the move, actually. So a lot of the moves in my repertoire are fairly natural, I guess. That made him go away with a rook. So maybe g5 now, maybe h5 now. I still don't really know. It's h5. No. could also be worth trying to take on d5 at this point, but I doubt this is the move. There could be some tricky reason for playing something like g5, and that was the move apparently. Okay, so now I'm going to be trained on this again, and let's see how much I have remembered from what I had just played. So queen to d2, castle, these are all natural moves. Now I go f3, now I go h4, now I go rook c8, now I go king b1, now I take on c6, now I go with the knight, then the knight comes back. Now I go g4, and after queen here, I go bishop to d3. And after this, what do I do? H5? No. So I still go bishop to e3. Now here, d5, queen to g2. Did I play here? g5? Okay, so I missed still one move, so it wants to train me again on this. This is where it gets a bit of a challenge. You actually have to remember things very precisely, or else it just won't let you off the hook. So I think I'm done with this line, and it will be playing a move like g5. So I think I got it all correctly, and this is a good time to stop. I learned a little bit about how to play, so I will stop my training. I learned a little bit about how to play against, this line with what was it now? Was it a6 he played? Castle, bishop to d7. Yeah, so that was the line that I had practiced, and it's interesting. White just kind of makes the center as strong as possible and advances the pawns on the king side. And black is really a little bit hard pressed what to do. White has a key maneuver of, at some point, well, at this important point, taking on c6 and making sure that there's no targets for black on the queen side, and just kind of playing as solid as possible there. If black does something in the center like he does, white just responds in the most natural way and keeps some just good placement for his pieces and some strong and some pressure, because at any point he threatens to advance the pawns on the king side. I think it's a reasonably solid line for white to play, and I think most players would find it rather easy to play as white. That, of course, has to be tested in a real game, and this line is going up this line to the 19th move is by no means very conclusive. Like, what happens after g5? Say, like, my training stopped at move 19, but really this is probably where all the complications just begin. But I won't go into that today. My goal here is just to learn a little bit of this line and to show how to practice new openings with Chess Position Trainer. And when I say new openings, I'm basically talking about openings that I had not practiced in Chess Position Trainer before, or I had practiced in the past, but since then I reset all the scores, and it's treating everything as if I started from scratch. So I hope this maybe would get you interested in practicing your own opening repertoire in this software, or even in some other software, because the idea is kind of the same, that you want to kind of formalize what your openings are, and then verify that when you're just seeing the position on the board, that the moves that you intended to play still make sense to you, and you remember them, and you would play them again without too much doubt. Okay, that's it for today.